guys, hope you're okay and having a lovely day today. My video today is about loving yourself and why this is extremely important. So what we tend to do what's called conditioned love, which is we're always giving love out and expecting it to come back. But that is just going on the outside, going out into the matrix and going out into looking into the wilderness where it's empty and there's nothing there to actually love you back. So what you need to focus on is our spiritual being is pure unconditional love, and that resides inside each and every one of us. So if our being is unconditional love, then that means being able to come into that energy and be able to feel your own energy of unconditional love. That way, that means that when you are going and giving on the out, you are giving all that you have, rather than only half. So if you're not loving yourself but trying to love outwards, you're empty all the time inside. And that means that we're always searching to find that fulfillment of love. So we'll try and find that fulfillment through money, through jobs, through careers, through lifetimes, through everything else other than actually finding your own being. So your own being is a really important process in the awakening period, because learning how to attach into your own being means that you can find out about your own unconditional love. Now, a lot of people are afraid to look inside themselves because they've shut the areas down, because they've maybe got hurt in the past, or they've not experienced a good experience on the outside, which has caused us then to shut anything that we have on the inside down. Now, it's not gone, it's always still there. It's just that we have to go back and find it. So finding unconditional love is really important when we say love yourself. So how I started to love myself is I stopped telling myself that I couldn't have things, like I couldn't have this, couldn't have that. I started saying you can have whatever you want, or you can do whatever you want, you can be whoever you want. And when you start putting them processes and them practices into your life, you find it much easier than telling yourself you can't afford this, or you can't have this, or you can't be good at that job, or you're not qualified at that. So yeah, you might not be qualified at a job that you want to do, but where you feel that your heart and your love for yourself is, then you need to put the steps in place to make them situations happen. Nobody's going to come and just wave a magic wand and just say, there you go, you can have these qualifications, you can have this, you can have that. What you need to do is come up with like a life plan of how can you love yourself in the best way, by giving yourself the best chances and the best starts in life. So it is very much like starting again, learning how to love yourself. So you start to love yourself through many aspects of your oneness, and like say, looking at the things that make you miserable and what we're doing every single day but not prepared to change them. So you've got to be prepared to come up with a plan and say, this is my life, this is what I do every day, and these are bits that I am not happy with. So if it's your career that you're not happy with, then you'll need to look at changing your career and find what is it that makes me happy inside. So when I treat myself with unconditional love, how can I find the best place for me to be in doing what I love? Now, some people, they have talents, and I've searched for my talent for years, and I'm like, I haven't got a talent. But what I can do is find it through work and through things that I'm doing. So by looking at the jobs that are not available to you if you're not qualified, it's how do I get qualified? How do I put the steps in? And you have to think of ways to make them steps, like baby steps if you have to, even if they're really slow, and you're doing the job that you hate in the meantime till you get to where you need to be. So a lot of people will come up with different ideas, different business ideas. That doesn't mean to say that overnight you go, right, I'm following my happiness, I'm following my dream, I'm just going to chuck my life away and then just do my dream. it doesn't always work like that. You might have to put a few steps in between to get to where you need to be. So it's always, how do you get there? And that could also be in a relationship. So you wouldn't just go and end the relationship, but you'd start putting steps in place of how to move away from an unhappy relationship that's making you unhappy. Or it could be that no matter what it is that you're doing, that you're not loving yourself enough for, is the steps need to go in so that you can start working towards them and start loving again the what you do or what you are. And that's really, really important for us, guys, because learning how to love ourselves is like learning how to walk. It's like going back to the very beginning and saying, okay, then these are the choices that I've made. But you can change anything in a second. Anything. You do not have to put up with anything. You do not have to be anything. You are the creator of your own life. So you are the one that can create exactly how you want it to be, how you want it to look, and follow that forward. So that goes for every single aspect of your life. So that goes for what you want to do in anything. So by telling yourself that you're not good enough or not worthy enough is the first part of not loving yourself. That's just rejecting yourself on every level. So learning how to say, well, I am good enough. I am good enough. However, what I would like is a little bit, I'd like to do this, or I'd like to do that, or I should change this, or I should change that. But there's only you that is responsible for you. So a lot of people blame society, they blame this, they blame that. No, it's you, just you. You need to change, you. And that is the process of it. So by going within, that's where you can find the answers of what it is that actually makes you happy. And if you're not happy, you're giving out energy that's not happy to everyone else around you. So not only are you affecting you, inside you, and consciousness, you are affecting every single thing in the oneness, because we are all vibration. So your negative vibration will start bringing the collective down, and that's what has been happening for a long time. So what we need to do to raise the collective is for us to try and find that happiness within. And that's why these shake-ups are coming in, and that's why we say learn how to love yourself. So another way of learning how to love yourself is actually forgiving yourself. And people will say, well, why would I forgive myself? I hadn't done it wrong, they did it, oh, that so-and-so did it. No, what we need to do, I always believe in that we're 5%, as I said, conscious and 95% not. So in that 95%, if we're taking negative energy into that, then we are creating while we are asleep without even knowing it. So we are causing eruptions within this world without even knowing. So I always say, I don't even know what I've done, you know, so I don't even know where I've been or how I've acted. So for that, I am sorry. And for that, I forgive myself, and I forgive whoever else has taken part in that. And then, in a breath of smoke, it's gone, because it's negative, lower vibrational energy that's not needed. And that's the quickest way to deal with it. So what you can do is, or what I did, is I went through every single aspect of my life, starting from the earliest date that I could remember. And I went into each situation. And there's some situations that are actually too painful. So what I said to them is, okay then, I respect that situation, but I will come back to it at a later date. So then I carried on. So I started at the very earliest situation, went to the next, went to the next, went to all the way through my life, right up to this present day. And I approached every single pain, every single aspect, and I forgived it. And I forgive myself. Because I don't know what I've put into that situation, like I said, when I've been asleep and things like that. So it's very easy. So I'm not, with this awakening, it's not, oh, how do we forgive God? How does God forgive me? No, it's how do I forgive myself? That's what's important. So that once you have forgiven yourself, you can then start loving yourself. And if you don't love yourself, you can never, ever, ever love another, because it is one and it is you. That is you. So when you love you, you're loving all. But you don't love you and you try and love someone else, then you're the one that's left with that empty hole. You're the one that's left with an empty heart, and you're the one that's like always searching for something that's not you're not going to find. So this is why it's important to love yourself, guys, is so that you are able to just get to feel completion, because we are unconditional love beings. And when you start doing the things you love and being the person you would love to be, and that attracts all coming back to you, so everything will come back to you in a loving manner. So with that, guys, please do like, please do subscribe, please leave a comment, and I will catch you in another video. Have a nice day. Bye for now. Bye.